multi-beam LEDs, and each one has 114 individual LEDs, and apparently these are the brightest headlights allowed by law. If they were any brighter, they would actually melt any object within a 2-foot distance. That's a lie. But if they were any brighter, they would be completely illegal. If you like driving down dark roads at night, this car's for you. Now, along the side, it's a big old brute, isn't it? It's like standing next to a block of flats, 5.2 meters long and taller than me. I'm 5'11", and this thing towers above me, enormous. You also get some new wheels. These are 23-inch, believe it or not. And they don't even look in proportion. They look too small. You could probably get away with 26 inches, for goodness sake, before it started to look like it was out of proportion. And the wheel designs themselves, quite nice. You get some nice little black brake calipers. And then down the side, you've got these running boards. Now, on most off-roaders, SUVs, these are a bit of a gimmick. But on this car, they are very useful in terms of getting in and out of this thing because of the height that you've got to traverse to get inside. Door handles, really good. There's also soft close. That's pretty handy. You've also got 3 large windows, one for the front, one for the middle row, and one for the back row. Yes, this is a 7-seater car, so even passengers at the very back get quite a large window, which is very handy. Now, round the back. Not an awful lot has changed, to be honest. It's quite a plain rear end, but it's still quite imposing. What you do get are a set of brand new rear lights, which are a little bit more fetching than the previous generation one. And you also get some GLS 450D badging in case your car you bought. Very, very handy. The lower bumper is exactly the same as it was on the previous car, but I'm gonna take my time on this one and just point out something that I don't really like, and that is Mercedes insist on having fake exhausts on their cars. Now, to me, I just don't get why. I mean, one positive thing, if I'm reaching for positives, is that if children touch the exhaust, then they won't burn their hands. But you know what's gonna happen, don't you? One day, a kid is gonna walk up to a McLaren or a Ferrari, touch the exhaust, thinking it's fake and it's safe. They're gonna burn their hand off, and it's all gonna be thanks to Mercedes. Right, let's look at the boot. Okay, so the boot space is incredibly impressive. That is a total, believe it or not, of 470 litres, and that's 144 litres more than what you get in a BMW X7. And underneath here, loads of room for a spare tyre, which you don't get, but you could add if you wanted to, but also just for loads of your junk stashed away. That's pretty cool. And then there are 2 sets of buttons, one on either side. That set is for your 2nd row of seats, and that set is for controlling your 3rd row of seats. Let me demonstrate. I'm going to push these, and what you'll see is the headrest will fall. Oh! And then the seats will fold down. And then what you've got is a massive 890 litres of space. But if I come back over here and press the all button, what that will do is it will actually lower all of the seats in the 2nd and 3rd row simultaneously to transform the GLS from an SUV into a van. This is quite a cool touch as well. I'm going to show you this. So the parcel shelf can cover up what's in the 3rd row, but if I very elegantly slide in here, what you'll see is that it can also very easily cover up what's in the 2nd row. That is a nice touch. Plus it can fold away underneath the boot out of the way completely. That's huge.
If you find yourself banished to the 3rd row, things aren't as bad as you might expect. The 2nd row folds out the way quite slowly to make room, so you'll need to be patient, but thoughtfully, if there's a baby seat installed there, Merc says it won't crush your child. Once you're in the very back, the space is huge, with seats that can accommodate people up to 1.94 meters tall, that's 6'3", with lots of headroom and decent legroom. You can even slide the 2nd row forward to give yourself more legroom than I had here.
In the back of the GLS, it's rather nice. Loads of room to lounge and relax, good leg room, great headroom because it's so tall, and that's despite it having a panoramic glass roof. But the roof only goes back as far as the 1st and 2nd row. No 3rd row sunroof like you get in the BMW X7. Still, loads of space though. The seats are electrically adjustable, so they move forward and backward, and they even recline as well, so you can get comfy